give way to Moulana, inshallah.
الحمد لله نستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد وقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وقال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أيضا يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون وقال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أيضا إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر إلى آخر الآية إلى آخر السورة وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث من قام رمضان إيمانا احتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. My dear respected brothers, sisters and youngsters, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who through His infinite mercy, blessings and favor that He has allowed us to come to perform the Jummah Salah. And the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed us to witness the month of Ramadan, which is known as Shahrul Mubarakah, a blessed month, Shahrul Azim, a great month, for which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he says, فيه ليلة خير من ألف شهر. In it is a night which is better than 1,000 months. And the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam he also mentions that he says, إنه أول, verily the first part of it, ورحمة, وأوسطه مغفرة, and the middle portion of it, it is the maghfirah, the forgiveness of Allah. وَآخِرُ مِنَ النَّارِ, and the last portion of it is freedom from the hellfire. Inshallah, in today's khutbah, there are 3 points that I would like to reiterate, or I would like to bring to our attention. The first of which, it is the fact that Ramadan has already crossed half of the month. It is an indication that very soon Ramadan will come to an end. And the fact that Ramadan comes to an end, if we did not fulfill the rights to Ramadan, if we did not take advantage of the month of Ramadan, then indeed we are considered to be wretched and unfortunate. And why do I say that? Once the Prophet ﷺ, he mentions, he says that Angel Jibreel alayhi salam came to him and he instructed him to say Ameen to the dua. Now here it is, Angel Jibreel alayhi salam is instructing Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to say Ameen to the dua, for which the angels do not have a choice except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded them. So it means that it would have been a direct commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is instructed to say Ameen to such a dua. The fact that the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself is mustajab al-dua. He is the one for which whom du'as are accepted. So in Jibreel alayhi salam, he instructed the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to say Ameen to 3 du'as. And the first dua was that destruction and war to such person who it is that he found one of his parents or both of his parents who have attained old age in his lifetime, he has failed to serve them. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said Ameen to such a dua. Secondly, he says, woe and destruction unto such a person who after hearing my name, he does not say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he does not send durood upon me. And today being a day of Friday is the ideal time to send durood unto Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in a hadith, he says, the person who sends 1 durood upon me, 1 durood sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he gives him 10 blessings. He gives him 10 blessings. And 10 sins are removed from his account. 10 sins are removed from his account. And not only that, but he is elevated 10 ranks in Jannah, subhanAllah. This is the virtue of just sending one durood on the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, anyone who after hearing my name, he does not say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, then such a person is considered to be wretched. And the third person, it is that person who found the month of Ramadan and he was not able to gain the forgiveness of Allah. And presently we are in the middle of Ramadan, where the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, أوله مغفرة. The middle portion of it is the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let us ask ourselves, brothers and sisters, have we gained the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month of Ramadan? Yes, we will feel tired. Yes, it is feeling as though we are exhausted. But now is the time for us to push forward. Now it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see the competition. Because yes, getting up for Sahri in the morning is not an easy task. Fasting during the day, 15 days, during the 16th day of fast, a person may say, wow, it is difficult. But this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see. That if a person will give up now, Tarawih, subhanallah, 20 rakats, a person may say, wow, I have spent 15 days in performing Tarawih, that's it. But it is for us to now endure and make that extra sacrifice so that we may avail ourselves of the opportunity by which we can gain the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in one hadith, he says, we do not know if we will to see another Ramadan. So let us make the best use of the little time that we have remaining. We have a few days again remaining. We have already reached the half mark. So I ask that my dear respected brothers and sisters, do not allow the time to waste. Do not waste the time. The second point is that the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on Tuesday, as the Imam would have mentioned, on Tuesday, inshaAllah, those people who are spending their i'tikaf, they will start their i'tikaf, but they will have to be in the masjid by Maghrib, before Maghrib actually, on the day of Tuesday. So it means that on Tuesday itself would have marked the 20th of Ramadan. So that night will be the 21st night. Because the night precedes the day, and then Tuesday will be the 21st fast. Now, it means that that is the last portion of Ramadan, the last 10 days of Ramadan. What did the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say about the last 10 days? The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, the last portion of it, the last part of it, the last third of it, is from now. It is freedom from the hellfire. It is freedom from the hellfire. Now, mashaAllah, we will ask ourselves that freedom from the hellfire, what is the importance? Yes, freedom from the hellfire. But the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in addition, he has practiced a sunnah which we also should follow, which is known as the i'tikaf. It is the beginning of the i'tikaf. And what did the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in one narration he mentioned that initially the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was told at the exact day of Laylatul Qadr. But when he came out to inform his companions, he found two of them, they were arguing, and he was made to forget. So the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, seek Laylatul Qadr. Seek Laylatul Qadr in the last 10 days. Seek Laylatul Qadr in the last 10 days. So with the seeking of Laylatul Qadr, people may spend i'tikaf. A person who spends i'tikaf is called a mu'takif. And there are different types of i'tikaf. There is the wajib i'tikaf. Wajib i'tikaf is a person who made an oath with Allah, that, oh Allah, if you fulfill such and such, then I will spend certain amount of days while fasting in the masjid. That is known as a wajib i'tikaf. Once it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fulfill his promise. If Allah, he wished for something and Allah would have fulfilled his wish, once it is fulfilled, then he has to fast, and that is wajib. Then comes the sunnatul i'tikaf. The sunnatul i'tikaf, it is within the last 10 days of Ramadan, which it is known as fardul kifaya. What is fardul kifaya? Fardul kifaya, it means that if it is a few people fulfill this responsibility that is compulsory, then the entire community is exonerated, they are free from blame. If it is no one fulfills this responsibility, then everybody in the community is held responsible and they will be held sinful. Then there is fardul ayn. Fardul ayn is our salah. So if I perform my salah, I am responsible for my salah. If I don't perform my salah, I am responsible. I will be punished. You will not be punished for me not performing my salah. That is fardul ayn. So fardul kifaya, it means an action which is compulsory upon a community basis. So somebody spending i'tikaf from the community is known as fardul kifaya. So if 2 brothers or 3 brothers spend i'tikaf, then the whole entire community will be exonerated of this. They will be free from blame. If nobody spends it, then the entire community will be held responsible. So this is the second point, i'tikaf. Now, what is the virtue of spending i'tikaf? Many a times people think you just come into the masjid and mashallah you're spending i'tikaf. You're away from work, you have no chores. But what is the objective of spending i'tikaf? The objective of spending i'tikaf is that the person seeks Laylatul Qadr. He seeks Laylatul Qadr. And by seeking Laylatul Qadr, what happens is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Holy Quran that the benefit and the virtue of Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. It is better than 1,000 months. And why is it that we were given Laylatul Qadr? We were given Laylatul Qadr because of the fact that once it is mentioned that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was very sad. So the fact that this ummah is the last ummah to come onto the face of the earth, and we will be the first to be resurrected. So last in, first up. Very simply, last in, we are the last nation on the face of the earth, but we will be first to be resurrected. Subhanallah. But the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was worried, how will we compete with the previous nations, the Bani Israel, who used to worship Allah for hundreds of years? Angel Jibreel alayhi salam came with this glad tidings of Laylatul Qadr, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. Indeed, we have sent it down in the night of power. What is this referring to? What is it? It refers to the Holy Quran. Because the Holy Quran, it existed in Lawh al-Mahfuz before the beginning of man. Since before the beginning of creation. When it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed the pen to write, the pen said, what should I write? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed the pen, says, write everything that will happen, this entire decree. And everything was written, including the Quran. And from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, it is mentioned in one night, in the night of Laylatul Qadr, it was sent to the lowest heaven, As-Sama' ad-Dunya. And from As-Sama' ad-Dunya, which is the lowest heaven, it took 23 years to be revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is why the Prophet ﷺ was given the Quran in one night, but he was given the Quran in a period of 23 years. So when the Rasul ﷺ was given the glad tidings, Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr, indeed we have sent it down in the night of power. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا Laylatul Qadr. What will inform you what is Laylatul Qadr? Laylatul Qadr خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ. Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, it is better than 1,000 months. 1,000 months is 83 years and odd months. So the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, anyone who spends i'tikaf, he secludes himself, seeking Laylatul Qadr, then insha'Allah, if he gets that night, even if he's lying down, even if he's sitting down, he's not doing anything, but he's just sitting, he's just lying, but his intention is seeking Laylatul Qadr, then he will get the reward of spending 83 years plus in ibadah. Could you imagine a person spending 4 i'tikaf or 5 i'tikaf in his lifetime? He would have got the reward as though he would have worshipped Allah for over 400 and something years, not including his Qur'an, Salah, and Zakah, and his Hajj. That is the virtue of just spending i'tikaf. What about those people, those sisters, who may want to spend i'tikaf? Then they can spend their i'tikaf at home. They can spend sunnah al-i'tikaf at home. How do they do it? In a simple way. They seclude an area, whether it be a room, whether it be a portion of the house, and that area should be secluded, so there will be no distraction. And the person will the sisters, they will confine themselves to that area. And similarly, how it is that the men, they have to be in the masjid before the Maghrib Salah on Tuesday. Similarly, the sisters have to be in that area before the Maghrib Salah on Tuesday. And they will spend their entire time in that area for the 10 days. They will only be allowed to exit to fulfill the call of nature or to answer those things which are necessary. So they will pray their salah and everything they will do in that confined area. That is how they will spend their i'tikaf. And they also can spend sunnah al-i'tikaf in that secluded area. and the chores will be done by the other members of the home. Then, what is the virtue of spending one day of i'tikaf? The Rasul says, a person who spends one day in i'tikaf, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put between him and the fire of Jahannam 3 trenches. The distance of one trench is between the heavens and the earth. Subhanallah. One trench is the distance between the heavens and the earth. So a person who spends just one day of i'tikaf, then insha'Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will separate between him and the fire of Jahannam 3 trenches. He spent 10 days, 30 trenches. He spent 9 days, then 27 trenches. Subhanallah. That is the virtue of spending one day of i'tikaf. Then there may be those people who may not be able to spend sunnah al-i'tikaf, then you can spend nafil i'tikaf. What is nafil i'tikaf? Nafil i'tikaf is when a person intends to spend a period of time in the masjid without coming out of the masjid, but involve himself in some form of ibadah. So for example, a person comes, he performs Salat al-Fajr. When he comes to perform Salat al-Fajr, he can make intention that I will spend i'tikaf until Zuhar, or I will spend i'tikaf until time of Ishraq. Or a person can come from the time of Asr and say, I will spend i'tikaf from Asr until after Isha, the time of Tarawih. And this is how a person can spend nafil i'tikaf, a period of time. Or a person can spend 1 day or 2 days. So if there is a weekend and a person is busy working, he can say, you know what, from Friday I will spend i'tikaf until Sunday I will remain in i'tikaf for those 2 days, and he will only come out for cases of necessity. So a person who cannot spend sunnah al-i'tikaf, he or she has the opportunity that he can spend nafil i'tikaf also. However, women will not be allowed in the masjid to spend i'tikaf, except if it is like, for example, they can come from the time of the break fast, from the time of Maghrib, and they can make intention to spend i'tikaf until after Tarawih, remaining in the masjid, involving themselves in ibadah. So these are just some of the reminders with regards to i'tikaf. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us this tawfiq, inshallah, whereby we utilize our time, and thereby we will not allow the few last 10 days of the month of Ramadan to slip through our fingers. And the third point is that the last 10 days is constantly asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for freedom from the fire of Jahannam. Constantly. Because the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, وَآخِرَهُ, the last part of it, إِتْقُمْ مِنَ النَّارِ, is freedom from the hellfire. And the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says that there are two things that we should do abundantly in this month of Ramadan. 2 of which it is to please your Rabb, and 2 of which you cannot do without them. The 2 of which is to please your Rabb is constantly saying La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, and astaghfirullah, constantly asking forgiveness from Allah. And the 2 which we cannot do without, it is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enter us into Jannah, entrance into Jannah, and freedom from the fire of Jahannam. Constantly, especially in the last 10 days, begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from the fire of Jahannam. And we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. Wa akhu da'wana alhamdulillah.